In the vast untamed wilderness where wild mustangs roam free, a heart-stopping drama unfolded. A beautiful wild moray, a symbol of freedom itself, found her life hanging by a thread, ensnared in the cruel grip of barbed wire. Every struggle only tightened the metal's bite, leaving her exhausted and terrified. The situation looked bleak. As the sun beat down, her hope began to fade. But then, a figure appeared on the horizon. A lone man, a cowboy, spotted her plight from a distance. He knew approaching a panicked, wild animal, especially one in pain, was incredibly dangerous. A wild horse's kick can be lethal. But leaving her to suffer a slow, agonizing fate was simply not an option. He had to try. With slow, deliberate movements, he dismounted from his own horse, keeping a safe distance. He spoke to her in a low, calm voice, trying to soothe her rising panic. "Easy now, girl. I'm here to help you. Just stay calm." The Mare's eyes were wide with fear, her body trembling. She watched his every move, ready to bolt or strike if he got too close. He could see the wire had wrapped tightly around her back leg, cutting deep into her flesh with every twitch. This rescue would require immense trust from an animal that has every reason to fear humans. The man knew this wasn't just about cutting a wire. It was about bridging the gap between two worlds. He cautiously took a few steps closer, his wire cutters held visibly in his hand. He wanted her to understand his intentions. "It's okay," he repeated, his voice a steady, reassuring murmur. "I'm not going to hurt you." The Mare snorted, tossing her head, a clear warning. She was a powerful creature, cornered and in pain. Any sudden move could spook her, causing more injury to herself or to him. He stopped, giving her space, letting her process his presence. The tension was palpable. It was a silent negotiation, a test of nerve and compassion. He needed her to understand that he was her only hope for freedom. Time was running out, and the wound on her leg was looking worse by the minute. He decided on a strategy. He would need to be incredibly precise. He inched forward again, this time getting within a few feet of her. He could see the fear in her eyes, but also a flicker of something else, perhaps exhaustion, or a glimmer of understanding. He crouched down, making himself smaller and less threatening. "Okay, girl, I'm going to cut the wire now. You have to stay still." "Please, stay still." He extended the cutters towards the tangled mess on her leg. The Mare flinched, pulling back slightly, the wire digging in deeper. She let out a pained whinny. It was a heart-wrenching sound. The man froze, his heart pounding in his chest. This was the most critical moment. He held his position, waiting. He didn't retreat, but he didn't push forward either. He just waited, continuing his quiet, calming monologue. And then something incredible happened. As if finally understanding his intent, the Mare stopped struggling. She stood perfectly still, her body tense but cooperative. It was an astonishing act of trust. Seizing the moment, the man quickly and carefully maneuvered the cutters into place. He had to be surgical, avoiding her flesh while snipping through the tough metal strands. Snap! The first wire broke free. He worked quickly, snipping another and then another. The Mare remained motionless, as if holding her breath. She seemed to know that her freedom depended on this fragile truce. With a final, decisive snip, the last piece of wire fell away. The Mare was free. For a moment she didn't move, as if she couldn't believe it. The man slowly backed away, giving her space. He expected her to bolt, to disappear back into the wilderness without a second glance. That's what any wild animal would do. He had done his part, and now it was time for her to return to her world. He stood up, watching and waiting. What happened next, however, was something he would never forget for the rest of his life. It was a moment that defied all expectations of wild animal behavior and left him utterly speechless. Instead of running away, the Mare took a tentative step towards him. She lowered her head, and then she did something truly jaw-dropping. She gently nuzzled his shoulder. It wasn't a push or a threat. It was a soft, deliberate touch. A gesture of gratitude. The cowboy stood frozen, overwhelmed by the moment. This wild creature, who had every reason to fear him just minutes before, was now thanking him. She stayed with him for a few seconds, a silent, profound connection passing between them. It was as if she was acknowledging the kindness he had shown, the risk he had taken to save her. It was a pure, unfiltered expression of thanks from the heart of the wild. She then nudged him one more time, a final, gentle gesture of acknowledgement. The man reached out and softly stroked her neck, his voice thick with emotion. "You're welcome, girl. You go be free now." After this incredible, shared moment, the mare finally turned. She looked back at him one last time, her intelligent eyes seeming to hold a deep understanding. Then, with a flick of her tail, she trotted off, her injured leg moving a little stiffly but with newfound purpose. She picked up speed, galloping across the plains, her mane flying in the wind, a magnificent symbol of resilience and freedom finally reclaimed. The cowboy watched her until she was just a speck on the horizon. He was left alone in the vast landscape, the silence broken only by the wind. The encounter had lasted only a few minutes, but it had left an indelible mark on his soul. It was a powerful reminder that compassion and kindness can transcend the boundaries between species. That day he didn't just save a horse. He experienced a moment of pure, unscripted magic. The mare's unbelievable reaction wasn't just surprising. It was a profound lesson in gratitude and trust, a story he would carry with him forever. A testament to the deep emotional capacity of animals and the beautiful connections that are possible when we lead with our hearts. This story serves as a beautiful example of the bond that can form between humans and animals, even wild ones. It's a reminder of the importance of compassion in a world that can often seem harsh. The cowboy's bravery and the mare's incredible intelligence and gratitude create a narrative that speaks to the best parts of our nature. If this story touched your heart, imagine how many other untold stories of connection are out there in the wild. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this incredible moment with us. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories from the animal kingdom. We'll see you in the next one.